Okay, so some people asked me what my opinion was on Dead or Alive 5, The Last Round. And I actually got kind of lazy on it. I recorded a half-hour-long episode, and just as I was about to edit it, a bunch of new information on The Last Round came out. So, let's try this again. What is it? Well, you can probably guess DOA5 The Last Round is yet another new release of Dead or Alive 5 with a bunch of tweaks. Basically, the reasoning behind it, though, is to move Dead or Alive 5 to PS4 and Xbox One. There will be a PS3 360 release. They're not leaving us out to dry. But I had actually mentioned in the past that I was really hoping they would do that. Because if you look around, you can find, like, slow renders of ripped character models from DOA5 that show that these character models are going to last a while. Like, they're going to last another generation or two. Because this right here, what I'm hopefully showing on screen, if I remember to edit properly, this is what you can do with the existing models at just fancier lighting and different effects and stuff. Like, this cannot be done real time yet, so yeah, this'll last a good couple generations. So I was really excited because, you know, I wanted this. I wanted to see what would these character models look like on the newer consoles. So I'm very happy that they're doing that. Now, what are the changes this time? Well, they're bringing back the Danger Zone as well as a stage called the Crimson, which was introduced in the Japanese DOA2. It basically looks a lot like the DOA Hong Kong stage from DOA3, which was one of my favorite stages. Actually, I like a lot of the DOA3 stages. I think they're sorely... I like a lot of the DOA stages. DOA is a series that has good stages, so it's good to see these stages back. I'm a little disappointed that there's no dance club. I kind of have my fingers crossed that maybe they'll release that later. I was just figuring if they put in the dance club, they could bring back all the dance remixes, because in DOA2 Ultimate and DOA4, they both had different dance club stages, and when you went there, it would play dance remixes of the different character themes, and it was friggin' awesome. I want that back, also because those stages were so colorful, and one of my complaints with DOA5 Vanilla was that it was very gray and brown. Also, they are adding in 2 brand new characters, one male, one female, and they say the female character is someone completely new like Marie Rose. Not part of the DOA series, not part of the Ninja Gaiden series, someone you've never seen before. So it's not Irene Liu, it's not Nikki, it's someone completely fresh. They haven't said any of that about the male characters, so it could be Tengu, it could be Raido, or it could actually be someone new. I think there's actually a pretty high probability that it could actually be Tengu. Because Raido doesn't really have a lot of fans, but Tengu does, and, they put in Neo Tengu, and people like that, but she's kind of different. That's sort of a lesson DOA needs to learn. There's a lot of clone characters, and they do a good job of handling it. But DOA has a ton of clone characters because they keep trying to get rid of and replace characters, and then their fans are like, no, bring them back. Like, a good example would be Bayman. Bayman was in DOA 1. They replaced him with Leon. Then fans got sad because they were like, but Bayman was super cool, way cooler than Leon, so they brought Bayman back. And it certainly looked like Bayman had a bigger fan base than Leon did. So in DOA 5, they had Bayman and they got rid of Leon, which caused the Leon fans to get super pissed. So they brought Leon back. Ein was supposed to be a one-shot in DOA 2. He was just, Hayate got brainwashed. He's Ein now, which, by the way, Hayate was not in DOA 1. He was actually new to DOA 3. So, Hayate got brainwashed. He thinks he's Ein. Then he gets his memory back. He becomes Hayate. The idea was they get rid of Ein. They introduce Hitomi. Except everyone loves Hitomi, but everyone also really liked Ein because he was a fucking beast, so they brought Ein back. This keeps happening, and, now they've got Tengu. Tengu was technically killed by Ryu Hayabusa back in DOA 2, and then Genfu used his nose to heal his sick daughter or granddaughter or something. And then, they have Neo Tengu to replace him, and people want Tengu back. And speaking of, they tried to replace Genfu with Elliot, but then Genfu kept showing up. You know, there's a lot of clone characters. Again, they handle it very well, because if you look at the tier list, I still think this is the nuttiest thing. Like, DOA, I'm not an expert, but I think it's actually pretty well balanced, especially because if you look at the tier lists, Gen Fu is considered top tier, best character in the game. Elliot is considered rock bottom tier, worst character in the game. Elliot's a clone of Gen Fu. The fact that the difference between the top and the bottom is the difference between Elliot and Gen Fu, I think is a good sign that the tiers in DOA5 are actually really, really close to one another. And I think it also speaks volumes about the differences between the quote-unquote clone characters. So I'm sure if they brought back Tengu, he would be plenty different. Hopefully, though, this means they'll learn to stop getting rid of characters. I say that because I'm still concerned about the fate of Lisa. I mean, she's survived falls off buildings, so she's probably fine. But if you actually made it to the end of DOA5, yeah, there's basically a big explosion in the background and Lisa screams, and that's the last we see of her, and I'm very concerned about that. I think some things fell on her as well. Anyway, because I love Lisa. Lisa completely changed DOA for me, favorite character in the series. Oh, and I gotta add in a little thing here, because of course a little bit more news came out. Apparently, the new female character is being advertised as being quote-unquote the biggest one. Which could mean a character from Senran Kagura, because I forgot to mention there's supposed to be some kind of weird DOA Senran Kagura crossover content. Maybe it's just DOA costumes in Senran Kagura, maybe it's Senran Kagura costumes in DOA. It could be a character, which would probably be Asuka, but I'm kind of hoping not, because honestly, as much as I love ninjas, I think we have too many ninjas right now. If it was Asuka, I wouldn't expect her to return. And, let's see, I think there would be a clash of art styles, and trying to fit her to the new, more realistic DOA art style while keeping her figure would be kind of awkward. However, I kind of have my fingers crossed for this. It could be something like Super Pochako here, who's gaining some popularity in Japan, and we do kind of need a heavyweight female character, and yeah, that could be a thing. I actually really like this design. It would definitely be a change of pace. And with Team Ninja mumbling something about there being a new softness engine, I think this would be a good use of a quote-unquote softness engine, whatever the heck that is. Also, they said the male character is someone longtime fans have been waiting for, which leads further credence to the fact that it could very well be classic Tengu, and if not classic well, Raito is still a possibility, and it could be, what's his name, Victor Donovan. I've heard a few of my friends say Victor Donovan would be a thing. So yeah, Victor Donovan could be it, but, my money is still mostly on Tengu. Also, in Japan, there is going to be a special edition of the game, which costs like over $200 and is going to come with a bunch of extra crap, like there will be a poster and a figure and even a Marie Rose mouse pad, which I can't imagine would provide much wrist support. Some people are rumoring that perhaps the Japanese-only $200 special edition will actually come with all the DLC. And if they were going to release one that had all the DLC on it, yeah, it would be a $200 purchase. That's just a fact. So, yeah, there you go. A little bit more information on the game. I'm getting off topic, though, kind of. It looks like story mode for the last round will not be changed at all. It'll be the exact same story mode. We have no clue what the balance tweaks are. They have said that costume selection will be more in-depth. Like, you can hold different buttons and directions on the D-pad to add glasses and change hairstyles and even choose from different, like, kinds of underwear. They're actually making a proper select screen for that on the character select screen, which is going to be a little embarrassing because, yes, they have confirmed it will say underwear select on screen, so that will no longer be a secret thing. As a side note, though, I approve of this because Lisa's pop star outfit, by default, it has these awful-looking fishnets. If you use the underwear select, you can get rid of the fishnets. And I'm very thankful for that because those fishnets look awful, but otherwise the costume looks great. So that's confirmed. Hopefully that means they'll give us more time on the character select screen, because there is not nearly enough time to pick my character and choose from over 30 different outfits. Speaking of which, there will be new outfits, including the outfits from the fan design your own outfit contest. In fact, we can see Punk Rock Elliot confirmed. If you're wondering what actually won first place in that contest from fan votes, believe it or not, it wasn't any of the sexy outfits for the ladies. It was Punk Rock Elliot. This was what won first place. It is confirmed to be in here. We could also see Marie Rose's outfit. I remember a lot of the winning outfits, so I'm very familiar with all of these. And I'm very happy to see Brad Wong's. He's got his Drunkeroth outfit. He's got his long hair back, and he's got the Drunkeroth outfit, which I so voted for, because I've been calling him Drunkeroth ever since DOA2. When he had his hair down, or DOA4, he wasn't into. DOA4, when he had his hair down, he had the silk shirt. So happy to see that. Now, this does bring up the question that everyone's wondering, though. Will it have all the DLC? No. It will not have all the DLC. Once again, the way they're working it is any DLC you have already purchased in DOA5 and DOA5 Ultimate will carry over into DOA5 the last round. Anything that you already bought, it'll be there for you, and it will go up a console generation. So if you bought DLC on PS3, and then you get the last round on PS4, you can move your content and your save data over to it. Same thing with Xbox One. If you have a bunch of DLC on your Xbox One, or a bunch of DLC on your 360, and you get DOA5 the last round on Xbox One, you will not be able to port over your save data. This is a massive problem. It plagued Warriors Orochi 3, because they tried to do the same thing with Warriors Orochi 3. I know it's plaguing the new Dragon Age, and that's pissing off a lot of fans of it. Because now, they're releasing a program where they can manually click through what all the choices they made in the previous games were, which is just complete horseshit. But yeah, you cannot move the save data over. But it will move the DLC over, same thing as they did with Warriors Orochi 3. I remember there were some speed bumps there, because the DLC had not yet been ported over to Xbox One by the time Warriors Orochi 3 had been released on Xbox One, so we were kind of waiting around for that DLC. I'm still not quite sure how that went down. I need to go check on that. So there will probably be some hiccups on the Xbox One release, but in theory, your DLC will port over from 360 to Xbox One. And yes, there will be a selection of DLC costumes, apparently including some of the swimsuits, that will just be unlockable through gameplay. So there will be a lot of costumes on disc that you can just unlock. It's not that you have to buy all the DLC. And yes, all the DLC characters are included. And I know some people are grumpy about that. They're like, but I want the quote-unquote complete game. But we're at this point where there's so much DLC for DOA5 that they literally can't do that. Because technically DOA5 was not that successful as a fighting game. A lot of people didn't give it the time of day. It just has a hardcore fan base, and it makes all of its money, practically all of its money, off of selling DLC costumes to the hardcore fan base. That's where all their income, that's where it all comes from. They do practically monthly releases of these costumes. DOA5 Ultimate got, I think there's 16 or 18 costume packs that have been released for it since it came out. because they release costume catalogs for it and stuff, and, like, there's over 30 costumes per character right now. Yes, they have released hundreds of dollars worth of DLC between DOA5 and DOA5 Ultimate. And how the fuck do you think the people who actually spent money on that DLC would feel if a bunch of newcomers, as Fats would say, Johnny-come-latelys, just, pick up this budget-priced DOA5 The Last Round now and get all the stuff that they spent hundreds of dollars on completely free? No, it doesn't work like that, especially because, yes, there will be more DLC post-launch. This may be the final release of DOA5. They're promising us that. That's what they're billing it as. They say they're going to get to work on DOA6 now, which, woohoo, good luck with that one. I'll get more into that in a minute. But there will be DLC. In fact, there's pre-order DLC, which may as well be called the topless DLC. Apparently, depending on if you pre-order at GameStop, Best Buy, or Amazon, you will get one of 3 different DLC costume packs, which hopefully, if I'm not being lazy on my editing, are appearing on screen right now. Yes, those are hula skirts, leis, and no top. See what I mean? They could call this the topless DLC. Unfortunately, Best Buy is kind of far away from me, and that's where the Lisa DLC is. I really want the Lei Fang DLC, which is the Amazon one, and I really want the Lisa DLC, because those are like my 2 mains. And then 2 separate packs, so they better not keep me waiting. I'm probably going to lean Lisa, because as much as I love short shorts and suspenders, I am a Lisa user at heart. Gel now stands for guy who enjoys Lisa. That's what it stands for now. It's no longer General Eradication's life form. It's guy who enjoys Lisa. Because, oh my fuck, if I were talking about myself in the third person, I would refer to myself as the Lisa user. Lisa's the greatest, so that is probably the one I'm going to go with, and I'll wait for the public release of the Lei Fang one. Shake fist. Or, who knows, maybe I'll just pre-order it from 2 different places and get 2 different versions. It's certainly priced cheap enough I could consider that, which, enough beating around the bush. The pricing, the release info. The 360 PS3 release will be digital only, because they figure, it's probably not going to sell that many copies, and that is actually pretty true. However, because it's digital only, it's only $30. That's really not a bad price. Now, the PS4, Xbox One release, that will be boxed or digital, your choice, and that will be $40. So it is very much budget priced on the next-gen consoles, which I think is really going to help it sell. I think a lot of people... There's a lot of very desperate Xbox One, PS4 owners. There will be even more after Christmas as people are like, yay, I just got this hot new PS4. Oh, wait, there's no games on it. Actually, Japan is fixing that. I need to... they finally sold me on a PS4, but I'm going to have to import all my games. I'll talk about that later. So that could help. But here was the big question for me. A lot of the people I know on PS3 are playing the free-to-play version, because they have this one called DOA5 Ultimate Core Fighters. At Core Fighters, it's free to play. They give you like a couple of characters. They let you try out a bunch of characters. And this is basically them admitting they make all of their money off of the costume DLC. Because you can buy each character individually for like $5, $6 for the new characters. And then you can just buy costumes for them. And... so technically, if you just use one character, you can get your whole DOA5 experience for the low price of $5, because they make all of their money on the costumes. And that seems to have been working out. It certainly bolstered the player base, because on PS3, you will find I've found a very fun, pretty friendly community of players who just downloaded the free-to-play version and hang out with me, and we have a lot of fun. And I've been wondering, what the fuck are they going to do about these people when they release The Last Round? I was like, I'm going to really have to keep my DOA5 Ultimate handy, because I don't think these people are going to actually upgrade to the new version. I'm kind of doubtful of it. Well, that's the cherry on top. Good news. Dead or Alive 5, The Last Round Core Fighters is confirmed for PS3, PS4 and Xbox One. There will be a free-to-play release, meaning that everyone who's just sticking to DOA5 Ultimate the last round, they could just very easily upgrade, and it'll almost be a free costume pack to them now that I think of it. So good news for them. However, I do have to bring something up. There is no 360 release because Microsoft runs their store in a really dumb way. And the Xbox One version of Core Fighters is going to be dumb. I'm going to blame this on Microsoft of Japan. It is very clear there was a communication error here. Because the Xbox One, even though they have free-to-play games on Xbox One, the Xbox One version of Core Fighters is going to be bizarre. Basically, it's being released like an Xbox Live Arcade game, so there will be a demo version. And the demo version of Core Fighters is going to be identical to all the other free-to-play versions, except there's one problem. You cannot use DLC in a demo. So if you want to actually buy characters and costumes for the Xbox One release of Core Fighters, you have to buy the full version. The full version, not the full version of DOA5 though. The full version of Core Fighters, the free-to-play game that is no longer free-to-play because you have to buy the full version in order to buy the DLC because Microsoft is a bunch of idiots. Good fucking job. Now, mind you, you're not just, like, getting nothing. I have to bring up the site now. DOA5, oh, geez, that's a Japanese site. Alright, DOA5 the last round, because I have to remember the characters. Fucking gotta type in my damn age. Birthday, rather. But yeah, when you buy the full version of the, last round Core Fighters on Xbox One, you get characters. Let's see. You get Hitomi, Tina, Jan, Lee, and Base for the low price of $6, I believe. Where is it? I think they said that was the price. Let's see, price not yet set. Available in base Core Fighters extra. I swear somewhere they said it was $6 and you get 4 characters, which is Hitomi, Tina, Jan, Lee, and Base. I know Hitomi and Jan Lee were actually given away for free on 360. Oh, hey, and there's a price drop on the characters. The characters are $4 now instead of $5. That's $1 cheaper. And story mode is $13 instead of $15, but there's no real point. This is where I found out they're not changing it. They say the story is the same as Dead or Alive 5 and Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. So, anyone hoping for Nyo Tengu and Marie Rose to get chapters, you're gonna be disappointed. Just to be sure, have they shown anything on new characters? No. All right. Either way, this is looking pretty good, but this does actually bring up an awkward situation. If the DLC carries over between between DOA5 Ultimate Core Fighters and between DOA5 The Last Round Core Fighters, then theoretically any character you bought would carry over as well. So anyone that actually bought the full character pack for DOA5 Ultimate basically gets the last round for free. They'd get all those characters, wouldn't they? I mean, which, having said that, they would still need to purchase all of the new characters, which, let me see, that'd be 4, 8, 16, 8, 12, 14. Yeah, so that would be $20 to get all 5 of the new characters, unless they already bought the 3 of them at the price of $6 a piece, in which case they would only have to pay $8 to get the other 2 new characters. Actually, I just realized something. They didn't... I doubt that, the new male character is a Virtua Fighter character, but it could be. In which case, it could be Kage. Those are my two bets. My two bets on the new male character are Classic Tengu and Kage, and there's a chance of Raida. But yeah, so if you were just last round, mind's exploding. Getting back to on topic. So theoretically, if you already bought all the characters for DOA5 Ultimate Core Fighters, then you would only have to pay like $20 to get all the new characters. But then that wouldn't quite, I don't know if that would give you quite all the new content. So maybe it would still be better to just spend the $30 and get the full thing. And I don't even fucking know anymore. But it sounds like if you've been playing the Core Fighters version, you're getting a pretty good deal, and it does kind of raise a question. Well, it briefly raised a question for me, because while I did buy Lisa for Core Fighters before I actually bought a real PS3 release of DOA5 Ultimate, I do actually have a disc copy of DOA5 Ultimate. And I'm like, so I paid money, and I bought DOA5 Ultimate for $40 on 360, and now I have to spend another $40, and people who instead spent that money on the free-to-play version, they get their characters ported over, what the fuck. But thinking about it, getting all the characters in the free-to-play version was technically more expensive than just buying the full thing in a lot of ways. It was about the same price, slightly more expensive. It was a little weird. And the boxed release dropped in price faster than the sales they did for just all the characters. So I think it all evens out to all of us people who have the disc and will probably start whining. I think it kind of evens out, and who knows, maybe they'll give us something for actually having the disc-based release. You never know. I'm not sure if they have something in place to actually detect that or not. But yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing that I am totally... jeez. Yo, I do an episode for longer than 20 minutes, my brain just starts to fall apart. But it's a thing. I'm not going to be too mad. In general, I wish they were adding more to it. Then again, they haven't really talked too much about what they're adding. So maybe there is more to this release, or maybe it is just a graphical upgrade. I really can't wait to see the graphical upgrade, because unfortunately, DOA5... Oh, jeez, I bumped the microphone, sorry. DOA5 looks so damn good, aside from some ground textures, that it's hard to see the upgrade for PS3 and Xbox One without a direct side-by-side comparison, which I have yet to see. I'm hearing something about a new softness engine for the last round, so that could be a thing. That's a little disappointing though. I'm looking at some of the screenshots on the website. It does look like the stage textures are still kind of crap looking. I'm pretty certain they're using the PS4 Xbox One release for these pictures. So that is a little on the irritating side, but it's not like we're going to notice. I do want to see the full breadth of the visual upgrade, because from these screenshots, all I can tell is that it looks a bit better, but I can't quite tell beyond it looks like they're putting in way more particle effects. Like, some of these particle effects look like they came out of the new Killer Instinct. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm hyped. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I want to see the visuals improve. I'll probably have a PS4 by that time, so I'm planning on going PS4. Oh, there is one more question that remains unanswered. I want to know if the PS3 and PS4 versions will be able to fight one another. Because believe it or not, the PS3 and PS4 releases of Guilty Gear Xrd are supposed to be able to fight one another. So if they could do XR, I want to know if they're going to pull that off with DOA5 the last round. I really hope they do. Because, again, I know a lot of people who are doing the free-to-play release. I don't expect a lot of them to upgrade to PS4. And I mean, yeah, I'll still be able to play with them just by using the friggin' PS3 free-to-play release. Like I said, I already bought my Lisa, and I already bought Nyo, Tengu, and Marie Rose in Phase 4 for some stupid reason. So I would technically be fine there. But I would really like to play my super fancy graphics one. I wonder how it would even handle, like, the data porting if I'm constantly switching between the PS3 and PS4 releases. A little thing to think about there. That could cause some hiccups. Either way, yeah, I'm excited about it. I like DOA5. As I've already gone on way too long, but I figure I should talk about the newest costume packs because Team Ninja actually managed to sell me on full packs. Look, because, yeah, I don't normally buy full packs. I usually buy the individual costumes, and when I do, I count it out. I go, okay, how many of these costumes do I actually want? All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and if I get to a number near the price of the full pack, I buy the full pack. Yeah. Bunny suits and the Halloween costumes, full pack all the way. The bunny suits are almost exactly what I wanted. I'm very disappointed that Lisa didn't get a bunny suit, but friggin' short suspender bunny suits look amazing. They did a great job on these. Bought them. Nyo Tengu in particular has a great suit. But the Halloween costumes, these were from the second fan-designed costume contest. And these are phenomenal. But I hear there's a little bit of a controversy over it. Because what they tried to do is they tried to pair them off. Like, they noticed a lot of similar themes, and they were like, hey, we could do, like, tag teams. Like, Brad Wong and Ayn and Gen Fu, they're all pirates. Kokoro and Momiji, they are both kitsunes. What's her name? Lei Fang and Pai are both Oni girls. Meanwhile, Hayate and Ryu Hayabusa are the red and blue Oni, and, like, Phase 4 and, Rig, they're both, Grim Reapers. So they were, like, pairing off the costumes like that. And as such, they kind of made up a few costumes, like the Lisa costume. No one submitted that Lisa costume. Someone submitted the Super Tina costume, which looks fucking awesome. And Team Ninja was like, Lisa's her tag partner, make Super Lisa, based on that. And I'm so grateful that they did. I really wanted a Genie costume, but this justified the purchase of the full pack right there. That is beautiful. But it got a little weird, because, like, Jackie and Jan Lee are basically the Green Hornet and Kato, and Jackie actually got the outfit design for Jan Lee, and Jan Lee got a variant of the outfit design for him. Ayane had the #1 winning outfit. Anyone disappointed that Elliot won first place last time? This was the first place winner from the Halloween contest. And as you can see, Ayane got that, and they decided, oh, we should pair Kasumi off with that. And gave her an angel costume that is very similar in design to the Ayane demon costume. And as such, the second place winner, which was a Kasumi costume, wound up going to Rachel, and that, I think that pissed someone off, and Team Ninja was like, look, we're sorry. Oh yeah, and Nyo Tengu's Red Queen outfit didn't originally have, like, the hole in the front of it, so you couldn't originally see her legs. Though I think that was a change that was kind of necessary, because Nyo Tengu kind of kicks a lot, and if her legs were completely obscured by a big skirt, not only would it drastically increase the amount of clipping there would be, but you wouldn't be able to see her legs. I think that could actually cause gameplay problems. It was a really neat costume design, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, no, you should have put that hole in the front. That makes perfect sense. So I hear there were some complaints about this, And Team Ninja was like, look, if you're going to complain that we're just not going to do this again, we respect the original designs, but certain changes had to be made. You know, either because we thought they looked better or other reasons, and, you know, you kind of had to expect this. Because, you know, when you design those costumes, you are telling Team Ninja, yes, you can use this design, I don't own the rights to it, I'm not going to sue you. So, you know, that's kind of a thing. Like, when I submitted my Lisa costume, I fully expected it to appear on Helena instead. Like, I was braced for that. I really wanted it on Lisa, and I would have been salty if they just gave it to Helena. I would have been hella salty if they gave it to friggin' Kokoro. I hate Kokoro. But, you know, it turned out. You know, they gave the outfit to, they didn't give the outfit to anyone, but yeah, they gave outfits to people, and that pissed a few folks off. But still, there were neat costumes, and they were designed. This is way better than their last Halloween costume pack. I made the mistake on 360 of buying the previous Halloween costume full pack, and it really wasn't that great of a pack. In retrospect, like, the Hitomi outfit was great, which is the little angel outfit, but in general, it wasn't that great. This pack, every fucking costume in this pack is a damn winner. It was so worth it, and this is why I'm so in support of Koei Tecmo and the way they handle DLC. Because I look at DLC, I think I've mentioned this before, as a combination of overtime and a candy bar. The reason I am paying more money after I have purchased that game is because someone put in extra work. Someone did overtime. Someone went back in there and said, you know what, we need to add more costumes, and put in extra time, extra effort, extra work. I look at me paying for post-release content, for DLC, as me essentially paying for the overtime, for the extra work. And I think of it like a candy bar, because the ideal price range for DLC, especially costume DLC like this, is about the price range of a candy bar or bag of chips. And, unfortunately, a can of soda, bag of chips, or a bottle of soda, rather, generally runs pretty close to $2 a piece these days. And I want you to think about that. What's worth your... would you say a piece of data that adds a new outfit to your favorite character is worth about the same amount as a small bag of chips? I would say yes. I would say very yes. That sounds relatively reasonable. Both of those things are... And I really like this price range, because one of the unfortunate things about DLC is that it might not last forever. One day, the servers will go down. One day, we will no longer be able to access this DLC. One day, my hard drive will crash. I will lose all the DLC I paid for. In some dark dystopian future where I don't have 30 different costumes to choose from for Lisa. Hashtag first world problems. I will, that will one day happen. And I will lose the stuff that I paid my $2 for. At the same time, I ate that bag of chips in about 10 minutes. Maybe 5. Cost me about the same amount. Gave me about the same amount of nutrition. So, I'm gonna say they're pretty comparable. I think that is more than the ideal price range. And the best part about, real DLC, not this on-disc bullcrap, is that companies can actually listen to the fans, what they want, and implement it. When the fans say, we want Ayane in the Skimpy Demon outfit, Team Ninja can say, alright, we'll make you Skimpy Demon outfit. When the fans say, we want Brad Wong dressed kinda like Sephiroth, Team Ninja can look at that and say, that's not the worst idea ever. Few tweaks so we don't have to, so there's no copyright infringement, and I think we're good. We can, they can do that. And that's not something they can do with on-disc DLC, and that's why I fully fucking applaud them. So good job, Team Ninja, on that. I'm very pleased with that. Yeah. Now, yeah, that's right. My last point, because I really need to wrap this up. Egad, this is so much longer than the first episode I recorded on it. One thing I noticed, not all the first place costumes actually got in there. That's one I forgot. The top Marie Rose Halloween costume was this little genie belly dancer outfit, which might have been excluded because it would summon Chris Hansen to your house and it'd tell you to have a seat. Or I have another theory. You see, there were a lot of Genie Belly Dancer outfits that were submitted, including the one that I submitted for Lisa. In fact, I kind of credit myself for getting the ball rolling on that one. Because before I released that outfit, I didn't see any Genie outfits. Maybe I was just the first one to submit mine. But before that, I didn't see any outfits like that. Afterwards, I started seeing more and more and more of them. And I think that's because people saw it and they were like, motherfucker, that is the best damn idea ever. And in the Halloween contest, I remember there were also more in the other costume contest, but in the Halloween contest, there were a bunch of characters that people said, I want a Genie outfit for this character, which has me wondering, could the reason Marie Rose did not get her Belly Dancer Genie outfit be because a Belly Dancer Genie costume pack is in the future? I have no proof of this. It is purely a theory. One could even say a game theory. Roll eyes. And I did ask Team Ninja. I have not gotten a response. Maybe they didn't notice the tweet because they handle a lot of tweets. Maybe they're considering it. Fingers are crossed. Ultimatum to Team Ninja. If you are listening, if you actually listen this far into this thing, you do that, you got another full pack purchase from me. I mean, it would be very hard for me not to buy a full pack of that, especially if you make sure to include the one for Lisa. I'm just saying, it'd be a really good outfit for her. So, yeah, that could be in the future. I mean, again, that's like sort of the secondary purpose of doing these costume contests. Because I remember, like, on the message boards, every time a new DLC pack came out, people would whine about it. They would go, ugh, more crap DLC. Why don't they ever release any good costumes? They never release any cool costumes. But no one ever, like, says what a cool costume or a good costume or good DLC for DOA5 would be. No one ever goes into detail. So Team Ninja actually saying, yo, here's a costume contest. You tell us what you want. Well, that sort of solves that problem. And considering the sheer number of people who submitted these costumes, look, I'm not saying Team Ninja needs to follow these designs directly. I'm just saying the sheer number of them they received shows that there is an interest in this kind of outfit. So they could make completely new ones from whole cloth, whatever. But it looks like people would really like that, and I think they should. Because, yeah, technically Helena actually had sort of a Genie Belly Dancer outfit back in, what's that game called? Back in DOA3. Might have been in DOA2. It was a little crap looking, but she had one. So, that could happen. And, you know what, that's the final point. I know that last one was the final point, but one more point. I really have to applaud Team Ninja. They really put a lot of effort into these Halloween outfits, and oh my crap, I appreciate it. Because in almost every DOA, there's a few costumes that you look at and you say, these were tacked on at the last second. Like, they look so crap, I kind of want to call them the felt outfits. They look like bad cosplay made of felt, sort of. You know, they're noticeably less detailed, way more simplistic. Every DOA has a couple of outfits like this that were just tacked on. And I really appreciate the fact that it does not look like they did that at all with the Halloween costume DLC. And, even more, like, little applause, the Christie outfit. I saw the design for that Christie outfit. And one of the things Team Ninja said was, this is not an art contest. This is purely about the design, because we're taking your design and we are making it in-game. The Christie outfit, the person who made it clearly wasn't a very good artist. I'm sorry to say that, but I think even he knows that's very, very true. That is a kind of embarrassing-looking picture. But Team Ninja took it and stuck by their word, and yeah, they turned it into a fantastic-looking outfit. Because from a design standpoint, it wasn't bad. It was just, bad from an art standpoint. So, kudos to Team Ninja. Kudos to the original designer for, looking past their limitations and submitting that outfit. And, kudos to everyone. Damn it, Koei Tecmo. You have earned my loyalty. And I'm kind of excited about the last round. Not super excited, but excited enough because, fuck it, DOA5 is my favorite fighter of this generation, and wouldn't be surprised if it's the next one. Anyway, this is Gel. Hope you've enjoyed listening to me ramble on for over half an hour about DOA5 the last round. Just remember, you fucking asked for it. See ya!